Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures,
the podcast that fuels your passion for obstacle course racing,
running, and all things adventurous.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior,
we've got news updates as well as interviews with athletes
and other key members of our athletic community.
As a weekly show since 2017, we have covered everything from
championship and virtual races
to fundraising events and FKTs. And now, here are your hosts,
Michael Stefano and Katelyn Ritter.
Standing on the corner, lost all my clothes.
Hey guys, this is Michael Stefano.
Hey guys, it's Katelyn Ritter.
And happy 420. We're not blazed, but our yard is.
How long did it take you to come up with
that? Not long. I was like getting some stuff ready, waiting for you to come in. I'm like, hey, that'd be a funny way to do that. Or baked. Baked might have been better. Yeah, so how was your weekend, Katelyn?
It was good until maybe an hour ago. My parents came up, we celebrated Easter with them, we did a lot of things around the house and yard work, and you just lit our backyard on fire.
Yeah, it's
not funny.
It's funny now. No. It was funny almost immediately after for me. I stopped the fire. They're like, "Oh no, your grass." I'm like, "I don't care about my grass. It's fine."
But it got close to the house. It got to be like 2 feet from the house,
and it was almost like out of reach of the hose, which was extra scary. I channeled my inner Jack Bauer, and I go, "Katelyn," and I ran down the porch and I grabbed the hose and went.
No, you said, "Oh shit, Katelyn, follow me."
Is that what I said?
Or come help or something.
Something like that.
And usually I'm like, "What? Huh?" What?
Yeah. So if it is windy and your lawn is dead, probably don't do a fire. And if you do, like, watch it. Because it was like, I was checking it every couple minutes, but I think it only took a couple seconds to get, like, how bad
They
it got.
say that it takes 30 seconds for a fire to get out of control.
Yeah. And now we lived it. So I was hoping that, like, with you seeing your nightmare, it's less scary to you now.
No, I've been staring at the backyard for the last 15 minutes.
And you're not staring at it now? Who's staring at it now? Who's watching our yard?
Stop!
No, we're fine. We put the fire out. It is drenched.
And also, if you think it can get out of control, call 911.
Yeah, we didn't because we got a hold of it. But Katelyn, let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Mudgear. Use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase. And Caterpie. Use code OCR Report 20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase.
Perfect. We're going to shout out the $5+ Patreon supporters. We got some new ones too.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Laura and Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Cheryl Miller, Jessica Johnson, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Irick, Brent George, Logan Nagel, Asa Connington, Seth Renderknech, and Robert Landman.
Yeah, and shout out to the new supporters. I have to reach out to them and see what the free version's all about. But to Shell Luccketta and Mario Valentin who joined.
That's exciting.
Thank you guys very much. We greatly appreciate it. And if you'd like to be a member as well, join the website and not on the app since Apple will charge you more, but you'll get lots of behind the scenes stuff. And we just put out the February Patreon video and we'll be doing March and April shortly. Let's give a shout out to the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internet.
And to Will Hicks.
The Podfather. Check it out over at theocrreport.com. And to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Brizolara, Joshua Reed, and Kevin Gregory.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. And what comes after that? Poll results. Did we do a poll? I meant to do a poll, but I didn't.
don't think we did a poll.
Okay, so we'll skip that. We'll also skip Meme of the Week because this is going to be a kind of long one. Head right on over to quick news, starting with Karen Carlson.
Oh, she just had a baby. She posted, "He's here."
Yeah, congratulations to her. I believe this is her second kiddo. That's very exciting. I also wanted to give a shout out to Cutter and Stevens Farm. For those unfamiliar, that is the venue that's both Savage and Spartan have been using for a very long time. I think Savage the entire time they've been up here, and Spartan for the past, 6-7 years?
Yeah.
Been a long, long time. But they posted celebrating a milestone. 20 years ago, it all started with a small idea that changed our dairy farm forever. Saturday, April 19th, they turned 20 years old. So 20 years of amazing ice cream, raw milk and vegetables, beer, grass-fed beef, good stuff.
But don't drink raw milk.
No, don't drink. I'd put that down. Put that glass down. Don't drink the raw milk.
Wait, then why do they sell it?
The stuff you could do with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Imagine. Now I'm questioning myself. That's all we have for those, but we have a whole bunch of podiums, starting with the San Diego Sprint podiums.
The Honor Series?
Yep.
For the women elite, in third place, Noelle Marrow. In second place, Savannah Salinas. And in first place, Faye Morgan. And for the men, in third place, Christopher Wang. In second place, Danny Battle. And in first place, Luis Rogel.
Nice. And for the Mythic Race podiums?
For the men's 5K, in third place, Derek Buchanan. In second place, John Taylor. And in first place, Kim Welsh. And for the women, in third place, Cindy Hebert. In second place, Vivian Tran. And in first place, Courtney Washington.
And the Spartan Italy National Series Gobbio podiums?
In third place for the men, Loris Pintariel. In second place, Manuel Morocani. And in first place, Andrea Riba. And for the women, in third place, Rigurta Khadija. In second place, Marta Maragoni. And first place, Viviana Mari.
Good, and that was for the beast. How about the super?
In third place for the men, Giulio Nulli. In second place, Loris Sheena. And in first place, Manuel Mercani. For the women, in third place, Ilaria Padovera. In second place, Cici Catola. And in first place, Lena Weller.
And now heading over not too far from there, the Spartan Germany Austria Series, which was in Munich. Their super podiums.
For the men, in third place, Matthias Grutti. In second place, Petra Vininki. And in first place, Ihar Herberno. For the women, in third place, Claudia Bongiovanni. In second place, Helena Schuster. And in first place, Klara Lokajikova.
I think Claudia is the woman who is doing really well in our national series too, so shout out to her. The DecaFit Anaheim podiums.
In third place for the ladies, Lauren Griffith. In second place, Vivian Tafuto. So sorry.
Wow.
And in first place, Lauren Weeks. For the men, in third place, Glenn Race.
Yep.
In second place, Chaz Hatton. And in first place, Grayson Kilgore.
Nice. And then one more podium. It looks like there's the Spartan Dubai Super and Sprint. So one more set of podiums.
Oh, goodness. For the men, in third place, Osnider Cordero. In second place, Ruben Barrario Casas. And in first place, Sergei Gritzak. And for the women, in third place, Melody Masumi. In second place, Demi Lopes. And in first place,
Svetlana Filipovich.
Good job.
Yeah. Is that both? I zoned out. And then the sprint.
In third place, Milan Rankiewicz. In second place, Halvard Boshimin. In first place, Ruben Barrero Casasas. And then for the women, in third place, Anastasia Makina. In second place, Elizvetia Avazin. And in first place, Alyssa Petrova.
Yeah. Secret links, there's 5 of them down below. Go and check those out. But let's get to what this episode is all about. So the New England OCR Expo returned for its 4th year, and this was the second time being at the venue of Ultimate Obstacles. And yes, I'm kind of repeating the same thing as last time in case people didn't listen to part 1. God, these texts are ridiculous. Katelyn spent the whole time at our table trying to get some more people to follow our social media and subscribe to the show, and I spent the entire event interviewing all the vendors, some athletes, plugged into the speakers for the speeches and awards. The day went by way too fast, and again, I wish there were time for the 20 plus people I wish I talked to, but I didn't get the chance to. So this episode is part 2 of 2 and has announcement, speeches, awards, and more interviews. Check the timestamps down below for specifics, while part 1 had the vendor interviews. And this is a long one. If you don't like a particular section, then feel free to skip ahead a bit. But again, check down below to see when the speeches are. I didn't edit those too much because it was like an hour of it and life is busy. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you at the event next year, hopefully. Let's get to it.
This event is going to be going to Boston Children's Hospital. So if you know anybody else to give a couple bucks, we're almost there. But thank you to everybody who has supported this cause. I've never imagined it to be here. And what's really fun and cool about this event here, this is the first time we've done a teddy bear crawl that is not on a Spartan course. So this is just allowing us to grow and become bigger as a foundation. And with Steve having it at the Expo, it just means a lot because he's part of the board for it. But really, when you think about this, I'm going to say one thing I say it at every event. We come out here, we bear crawl a half a mile, right? Bear crawl is relative. Like, you don't actually have to crawl if you can't crawl, but try to push yourself to the speaker. We come out here, we choose to be out here, and we do this harder thing. We choose to do something difficult. The children that are in the hospital, they don't choose to be there fighting that fight that they're fighting. So everything we can do to provide that little bit of comfort for them, I mean, that's why we do this. I've had parents, directors of hospitals emailing me just saying how much those teddy bears mean to those children, and that's why we do what we do.
All right, we're gonna start in about 5 minutes, but I'm gonna tug on the heartstrings a little first. So I want you all, especially those of you that have kids, right? Those of you that have kids, I want you to think if your child was in that situation, you would be wanting somebody to donate a little. There's a lot of people in here right now. If everyone just gave $5, he would smash that goal, right? He would smash that goal. You're thinking there's hundreds of kids at Boston Children's Hospital with that one teddy bear will put a smile on their face, okay? So even if you think you can't, if you were in that situation, you would want people to find it in their hearts to donate. So I'm gonna go get my wallet and I'm gonna donate myself because I practice what I preach.
We appreciate that.
All right, man, we'll start off with your name and where you're from.
Brian Kellogg. I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Good to see you again. How are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
Oh, I'm having a blast meeting up with some old friends. Had a couple runs on the 100-meter course.
Sweet.
Kind of saw a few things I need to work on going into my season.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And I see you wearing the 2025 Bermuda Triple Challenge. We just did an episode on that. How was that experience over there?
This was my third year in a row going, so that should tell you volumes about what I think of the Bermuda Triple Challenge.
That's awesome. I'm super jealous, hoping to make it out there next year, hopefully. Who would you recommend it to?
Anyone who wants to do an OCR in a unique environment.
Yeah.
You're on the island. You have an urban course in St. George on Friday night.
Yep.
It's just a party atmosphere. You get to climb over a bus.
Yeah.
It's just epic. Saturday is a 5 or 10K course. You choose, depending on what division you're in.
Yep.
1 lap or 2 laps. You're on the beach. Beach running is not as easy as it looks.
Nope.
I'm really impressed with how unique and how challenging the obstacles are. Even though they have to ship things in, they kind of have to improvise.
Yeah.
It's not like you're seeing a big name like Spartan or Savage where they can have these professional obstacles and you can just transport them wherever they need to go. We were on a little island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but they make it work.
Super cool. Yeah, hope to do an episode on that next year. But back to the Expo, how are you enjoying your time? Who have been some of your favorite vendors and stuff that you've seen here?
Oh gosh, I just don't know where to start here. I'm seeing some of the old mainstays, some of the places like Obstacle Wonderland. I'm going to be out there next week for their 6-hour OCR.
Yep.
I've seen some other things like the Neighborhood Ninja. I'm really impressed with how they're setting up courses in neighborhoods, parks. It seems to be like a good thing for communities throughout the Northeast. So everything from some of the for-profit companies that I already do business with to some of the not-profits who are just giving back and just helping the sport grow.
Love it. And where can people follow you on? What else do you have coming up for events for the rest of the year now?
I just signed up for my first Spartan race of the year, going to be the New Jersey Beast as per tradition.
Nice.
My next race, of course, is Obstacle Wonderland. I'm kind of getting more into the hybrid fitness.
Okay.
I just came back from High Rocks in DC. I'm going to be at the New York City DECA in June. And I'm trying to get things together to do a DECA somewhere in Europe. I'd like to hit Germany. I've never been to Germany. It's one of my bucket list countries.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, and do a race there. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And that's where High Rocks started.
Yes, that's right. And I guess where can people find out more about you online, follow along with you?
My Instagram handle is Tekki Karate, Tekki Karate. I also have a website, though it's a little dormant, a Facebook page, Brian Kellogg OCR Aficionado.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me and enjoy the rest of your time here at the Expo.
Awesome. Good to talk to you again.
Good to see you, man.
My name is Mario Valentin, and I'm from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Did you see your buddy Link here too?
I did see Link, of course.
I was excited to see him, and he was equally excited to see me. It felt really good.
Yeah, no, he loves this OCR stuff, and this is a great example of community. So if anything, coming out to the OCR Expo, you really get a chance to see how the community comes together, how they interact with each other. Like, you know, there's a lot of people here that I know just from OCR, but it's so pleasant to be able to come and see everybody and see how they're doing, especially with the beginning of the season, for me anyway.
Yeah.
Earlier today, did the first Fit Challenge, so that's my first OCR for the year.
Okay.
And feeling great, man. Look, I see Gabe over there. I'm doing his race next week, so it's just great to have all these different brands and people in the same building.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it out to Obstacle Wonderland this year. But
I'll just throw on an Obstacle Running Adventure shirt and I'll represent you guys.
I would love that because Gabe's awesome. I hear it's one of the best. I think it's the best-selling event he's ever had so far.
That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. He's put a lot of work into it. When you talk about someone who has the dedication and, he's putting so much like blood, sweat, and tears into that, and he's doing it for the love of the sport, and you got to really appreciate that. So
he's such a nice guy. He's donating proceeds to help kids in schools.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's fantastic.
Like water, to buy kids water. Like it's super awesome to see the stuff he's doing there.
Yeah, it's always a good time at Obstacle Wonderland for sure.
And how was Fit Challenge?
Fit Challenge was great. Like, I gotta say that I'm a little bit biased because Fit Challenge has always been one of my favorite OCRs. Rob has been, whether he knows it or not, but he's been there for me as good as a race brand can be for somebody, because there are times where I've got injured and he made it so painless for me to be able to say, hey, I can't make this race. Can I do a different one? So and I've had those situations. Like, there was a year with COVID, there was a Achilles tear that I had. So he was just always accommodating. And then, like, when he says, I love you guys, like, he really means it. Like, so it was great to see him today, and I'm really happy. So my honest opinion about Fit, it was sad to not see some of the bigger obstacles there, but just the fact that he was willing to come out and put this together for us was great, And
there's already a date for next year too, which is a sign that, like, it seems like he's here to stay again.
Yeah, and I know I'm sure that he's going to follow up with this event with one that's even better. So, but overall, the course, like, you can't say anything bad about the course. It is challenging as it ever was. I got 3,000 feet of elevation, so it's 1,000 feet of elevation per lap. So I did 3 laps. So yeah, and then we came to the OCR Expo. So I'm here representing. I'm going to try to get some more X's, but I wanted to shout out Race Ready Obstacles. You see me here.
We're stationed like just around this area.
Yes, they were, and so they weren't here. So you know what I said? I'm going to wear my Race Ready Obstacle stuff. So I got my I got my buff, I got my shirt, and I got my patch on my shirt. So I'm representing them because they're just a fantastic brand. And I will say that I was able to get Gibbons today for the first time, and I think I attribute it a lot to the grips that I bought from Race Ready Obstacles. So, like, honestly, it's it's hard to simulate what you're going to see in a race, but having the grips at your house is definitely was an advantage, and for me, I really felt it today. So I was happy to be able to do that. So shout out to Aaron and Dana for providing us with the tools that we need to get better at this. And I know all they care about is the success of all the racers, just like you guys. I mean, even you as a podcaster, it's different elements, but we're all in this for really the same reason. We all have this passion for it, whatever we're doing, whether it's the peanut butter or the actual obstacle course race, or Lionheart Fitness or whoever. Like, we all share the same passion, and I appreciate what you do, man. You're my favorite one to throw on when I go for a long ride.
Thank you very much. And then I guess you only recently got here, but, like, who are some are there any vendors here that you've, like, never heard of before that you're excited to talk to?
Well, I just did whatever this was here at the MMB. I didn't get their name.
My buddy Jeff.
Okay,
he's legit.
So I just got validated with I walked away from their booth considered strong, just based on the measurement of my grip strength. Operation Endurance Warrior is always good. Savage Race is good. Yeah. You guys are fantastic. My peanut butter guys, Give Soft, they're in Connecticut, so I always love representing with them. So I'm always excited to see them. Athletic Brewing, and obviously Underdog Fitness. I mean, that's another group of people that I really got to give a big shout out to. Kevin and Jess really have a community there that they're another one where, whether they know it or not, they've impacted me. So I got to give a shout out to them for the positive community that they've built. So and I'm happy to see them here. So
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go get some more of these and try to get entered in the raffle. But happy to see you again.
Oh, and what other races do you have coming up too? Where are we gonna see you?
This is a busy month, so I got this one. Obstacle Wonderland is next week, and then I'm gonna try my first ever High Rocks. That's gonna be in Miami. Excited about that. A little nervous, but excited.
What station are you most nervous about? The wall balls? Or?
To be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about wall balls and lunges, just because I have some issues with my. I have an injury that's kind of makes those a little bit difficult, but with some of the training that I've done over the past couple of weeks, I think I've gotten better and I can manage those. Long strides for the run I really can't give it full effort, so I just kind of got to manage it. But it's not like you're going to go sprinting anyway. Like, from what everybody tells me, it's like, don't worry about it because you want to manage those runs, manage those stations.
Especially like after the sleds, too.
Yeah, and then I'll finish off the month with Jersey Ultra.
I'm doing the Jersey Ultra for the first time. Have you done the Jersey Ultra before?
I've done it, and it's hard every single time, and I'm excited that you're going to be doing it, man.
Is it hard? Like, you're brushing up against, like, the cutoff time? Because that's what I'm worried about.
Well, it depends.
I'm not a fast man.
It's. I don't think it's about being fast. You know, I think if you strategize, you'll be fine. There's a lot of hills, and but I think as long as you keep moving forward, you should be fine. It's one of those. It's challenging and it's hard, but I think it's where it tests you more mentally than it does physically, because you just have to have the mindset of, okay, I'm going to finish this thing. Just get to the transition, and that's where your race begins. Once you get to that transition point, and then you don't want to stay in there for too long. Like, you just, whatever you need for fuel, or whatever you need if you need to change shoes or whatever. But once you step onto the course for that second time, I promise you, you're going to run into people who are trying this for the first time. Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. You'll run into people who it's their first race, and they're going to look at you and be like, oh my God, you're doing this twice. They're going to have this, like, awe moment, and you're going to want to give it right back to them, where you say you're out here, you're doing your thing too, and then you're going to want to, like, push just to show that, hey, we're all out here together, we're all doing this together. So you're going to find that, I think you're going to find that to be one of the most rewarding things is when you're on that last leg, and there's going to be people encouraging you. You know, they're going to yell out, "Go Ultra!" Yeah. And you're going to eat it up, I think.
Just nervous about the mountains, but other than that, it should be a good time.
I think you're going to. I'm glad that you're participating, man.
It's a good time. I've been wanting to do this event for years, and I'm like, it's definitely not going to be Killington. I'm not that stupid, but like New Jersey.
I'm not that stupid either.
That's kind of stupid. But all right, you can get back out there. It's good seeing you, and I'll see you at another race soon.
Well, I'll definitely see you at Jersey.
See you at Jersey.
All right, take care, brother.
Yeah, see you, bud.
I'm Emma, and I'm from Concord, New Hampshire.
Awesome. And what are you here representing?
I'm here representing Tough Mudder and Spartan.
So, how are you enjoying your time at the Expo?
This is really cool. Actually, this is my first DECA event as well, so yeah, it's really interesting.
Nice. What are your thoughts on hybrid racing and DECA and all that?
I think it's really unique. It's not like anything you see out there. It's, I think, it draws like a really interesting crowd, but I definitely think that more people should come and try it out.
Absolutely. And then what do you think about the vendors that showed up too? It's cool to see like Savage Race, like quote unquote competitor, but like we're all here for the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the more people who get involved with OCR, the better. I definitely think this should be a much bigger event with a lot more people, so the more vendors we can get out here. Doesn't matter if there are competitors or not, they should come on out, and that way we can all support each other together.
Yeah. Now this is the 4th year we've done it. Second time here at this expo, but at this event venue, but like it'd almost be cool to like outgrow this and continue to expand it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think if we had like this is a decent sized venue, but even much bigger than this would be really, really cool.
Absolutely. So working with Spartan, like what do you do for Spartan?
So that's really interesting right now. So I was doing more of the account managing side of things, but in the middle of transitioning over to more festival side and being more involved on like that build aspect of Spartan, and then potentially a little bit of like graphic design and everything. So a little bit of everything.
And you told me that you said Worlds, and I was hoping, and the way you said World Service Motor, how was your World Service Motor experience?
Actually, so really interesting. So last year was my first time doing the Holy Grail, and it was my first time ever doing Worlds. So I actually made 4th place for the women in my age group. The funny thing is I was actually the runner-up for 3rd for most of the race. Then my last 5 miles, I injured myself, so I ended up in 4th. But, for my first Worlds, I think that's pretty good.
What'd you get for mileage?
I did 50 official race mileage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats. Yeah, 50 official, because penalty loops and all that stuff, too. What'd you think about the heat? That was the warmest World Service Motor.
Yeah, that was Bartow, Florida, in a frickin' sand pit. It was just everything and anything.
Yeah.
That was rugged, I have to say. And being from New England, not used to the Florida I think it was like 70% humidity that weekend. It was awful.
Yeah, it was rough. I was doing interviews and I was rabbiting, helping out with the live stream.
Yeah.
It was miserable. I eventually curled into a ball and just laid down under a truck because there was shade, because it was just so hot.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, the race started at what, like 1 p.m. or something?
Yeah. It's also tough too, because it's later.
Yeah, so that was my second ever overnight race, but I never sat down until I had my injury and then that last loop. But I ran for about 22 and a half hours straight, standing, never sat down.
Nice.
So it was a little rough in that heat, but you know what, I did it.
Yeah,
so
awesome. Any chances you go into the UK, Beaver Castle?
I really want to, but right now it's more of just like the financial aspect of it. I really want to, though. The castle looks wicked cool.
Right.
But, you know, I know some people who are going to that.
Yep.
They are veterans of the Tough Mudder world and somewhat Spartan as well, and they're all going to send me pictures and, you know, make me jealous. But
Yeah, I'll be there with 3 jobs this time, helping with the live stream, again, doing interviews, and then my wife's doing her first World Toughest Mudder too. So very excited for her. I got 50 my first time, 55 my second time. My friend got 35, so she's just trying to beat his record and kind of rub his face in it. But it's very special. I guess, what do you love so much about obstacle course racing?
Yeah, so for me personally, it's gotten me through a lot of hard times. I think that for me, I think it's a great opportunity not only to get outside and push yourself to your limits, but with that being said, it helps you to see where your weaknesses are. And for me, that's something that I want to get better in. And for doing these races, it shows me, okay, maybe I need to work on my upper body. Maybe I need to work on my endurance. And I tell you what, they kick your butt every time. Yeah. But I love it, though. I love it when something is a struggle, because that means it's something to improve on.
Yeah. Like I was just telling my buddy Mario that I'm doing my first Spartan Ultra. And it's like the first time that I'm like, I might DNF a race. I've never had that calling, even World Toughest Mudder. I never had a feeling I was going to quit. A little worried about the mountain. But I guess, where can people find out more about you and Spartan online?
Well, there obviously is Spartan.com and ToughMudder.com. I know a lot of people are familiar with those websites. But as far as I go, I mean, I work for the company, so you'll see my face bopping around. So especially now that I'll be working more on the festival side of things. So you'll see me a lot more events, just running the show and helping out. So
sure, I'll see you when I cover more events. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and thanks for coming out to the Expo.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me as well. Have a good one.
Hi, I'm Lucas Borgatti, and I'm from Tewksbury, Mass.
I'm Roman Golisano, and I'm from New Hampshire.
Awesome. It's really funny, talking to my friends' kids. So you took on the bear crawl. How did that go?
Yeah, we almost gave up halfway through. My brother actually did. But it was difficult. As you can see, my hands are dirty, and the floor was incredibly hard.
I bet, yeah.
It was really fun, and there's a lot of different terrains, and our hands are just broken now.
Yeah, we also had to climb over walls and stuff.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, there were some blocks and stuff in the way, so we just went right over them.
Nice.
Yeah, so we could walk sometimes. So we walked sometimes but we didn't fully walk. We were on our knees. Because then we would have kind of been disqualified or something like that.
Just at your own pace, that's fine. Yeah. And then what did you get for finishing?
We got a sprint medal from 2023.
Yeah.
So they have all those old medals, and I think that's super cool that they pay it forward.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then the adults get the kids medals, which I think is very cool, right?
Yeah.
So what's your overall feelings? How are you enjoying the Expo?
I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
And I get to see Lucas again, because me and him don't really live near each other, so I really only get to see him here.
Nice.
Yeah, we get to see each other once a year at the OCR Expo, so it's really fun for us.
Yeah.
And we play in the obstacle course for the kids section, and we just flop around because we just fall over on the swings and stuff.
Did you guys take on the kids course over there too?
Yeah, I actually had to test it out, and I was helping my dad and other people build it, and I was the first person to go on it. And I also have one of those medals in my bag.
Yeah, I got one of those too, even though I'm too tall for the kids one.
Yeah.
And then, being the son of James, what do you think of his race that he puts on?
It's one of the best races, that is, child-friendly and stuff. So I really like it. I help him set up. We get out there 6 in the morning, check everything with our flashlights, and it's still dark outside.
cool. And then your dad has a published book, and he's training people. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's actually really cool because like I can just look him up on Google and I can see him. And I'm actually in the book. Like there's a picture of me and my brother at the back when we're going to see like a Red Sox game with my dad when we were like 5. When I was 7, he was 4. And he also has an online training if you want to check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what have been some of your favorite like vendor tables here? Other than your dad's, of course.
Yeah, so I definitely like I can't remember the name of it, but the one with the like flavored water.
Oh, yeah, the electrolyte one.
Yeah. I really like that one because they got some really good flavors.
Yeah.
And well, I like, yeah.
Yeah, I also like the electrolyte one because after the bear crawl we had a lot of like the samples so that we could get our energy back.
Yeah.
And I also like the Gifts peanut butter because it's like healthier peanut butter.
Yeah, it's delicious, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you do a lot of ninja. What do you have planned for events for the rest of the year now?
So we have the Naticook challenge, of course, and every Saturday, me and my dad go to the YMCA in Keene, and we like set up ninja courses and stuff, and that's every Saturday, and that's why my hands have blood blisters, normal blisters, calluses, and they're just all torn up.
Your hands are tougher than mine, kid. They really are. What do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
I don't know. I used to do a bunch of like races. I remember one where they stopped giving me medals because I did it 24 times in a row.
I don't do it.
Yeah, and I might ask my dad if I could like go to some OCR things with them. He's also on the like Olympic committee trying to get obstacle course racing to the Olympics.
The USA OCR? Does he work with that? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, awesome.
It's like the Olympics. Like they're trying to get into the Olympics, and I think that's really cool.
Okay. And how old are you two? Are you close to like being able to do like adult courses or?
Yeah, I'm 13.
Okay.
So I don't actually know. I don't really follow that kind of stuff because like I like used to do it a lot, but not that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that many opportunities to.
There.
Because like all I know about is like the adult ones.
Yeah.
So I've never really been able to go to any.
Yeah, hopefully you can start doing the adult ones. That'd be fine. That'd be fun. And then are you excited in the future to be able to do some adult courses?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've already done a couple adult races and stuff, but like I'll just join in randomly and then do a couple right next to my dad and stuff. So.
And then final thoughts. Why should people check out the Expo and check out the teddy bear crawl?
So the teddy bear crawl was actually like it got my hands toughened up, and even though they're still kind of stuff around my calluses, but the OCR Expo in general is just fun because there are a bunch of fun people. You can get like fun stuff from it, and there's like human foosball, human battleship, ping pong.
Yeah,
there's a gym with a bunch of obstacles and stuff that you can run around on.
And same question, why should people check out the Expo and the teddy bear crawl?
It's just a really fun place, and the teddy bear crawl is really fun, and you can get free medals and stuff from it. And it's just a really fun place. You can earn free things and everything. So.
Well, great job today, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Yep.
Awesome, you guys did great.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taylor Feebas, and I'm from Meredith, New York.
How are you enjoying your time at the Expo today?
It's been fabulous. So we got here super early. You know, we thought we were going to jump right in, but that didn't happen until later. But it's been so nice to kind of like be in a small, intimate setting inside and be able to talk to all the different vendors out here. So it's been great.
Who are some vendors that you didn't know about before that now you're really interested in?
Ooh, Run Slower. He's awesome.
I thought so too. I met him at the Boston Run show.
Okay.
I'm very glad that he was able to come to this one.
Yes, no, I'm really glad. Like this, like it's, I don't know, it popped the hat, and I love the quotes. Like I'm a quote person. Mine says "crush it."
Yeah.
So I bought one for my mom, and so like it's been great. And we were talking, and I really want to set him up with my mom, who's a race director for the Charlottesville 10 miler, which just happened.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so she's she does that, but she knows so many people. She has so many different connections, so I want to set them up together.
Awesome. Yeah, I got the hat that said "The Fear is Fake," and it has like a beautiful sunrise on it. Like I love that.
Definitely.
So you've been killing it on the Spartan scene lately.
you.
How many races have you done so far? What are the podiums looking like?
So we've done 3 races so far: Jacksonville, Houston, and Atlanta. Houston and Atlanta were the 2 trifectas that we finally marked and checked off our list. We're trying to go for 13 trifectas this year, so we'll see what happens. But it's been a great season.
Yeah.
I've been really loving, just getting out there and getting back into the season. I've hit podiums every time I've been out and racing, so that's been great. And we'll see what happens in New Jersey in a few weeks. I'm really excited because it's a mountain race, so it's my territory.
What distance are you doing for New Jersey?
So I will do the whole the Beast. I can't remember. Ed's always really good at this, and he's like, it's either the super or the sprint. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? And he tells me, I think there's a Beast this time, because New Jersey has 2.
Yes, yeah.
So I can't remember.
So it's I think it's the trifecta weekend.
Okay, cool. Then I'll be doing the whole trifecta.
Awesome. You were crushing it. So the first time, because we always read quick news, the first time we saw that on there, we're like, oh my God, that's Taylor. She's from Underdog. She has that dog Spartan, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Taylor again. It's Taylor again. It's almost become a consistent staple. That's super exciting, though. You're just racking up the podiums.
Yes, it's been really great. It's been nice, having people know who I am, but also it's nice that I get to talk to all these different people that I wouldn't have met otherwise. Whether it's people from open heat to age group, I just try to inspire everyone who I come across, because we all have to start somewhere. And I started in open heat. I had no idea what I was getting myself into the first race I did. I was definitely on the heavier side, and now I just want to keep upping the anthem with all my fitness levels. Yeah, and so it's just been great just to meet so many different people, like I said, and just also push myself to see how far I can, have that threshold of where my max heart rate is. So
yeah. And then real quick, what are your thoughts on the change with the competitive series of it's not just competitive, it's elite and age group? Do you wish that they combined it again, or what are your thoughts on that?
I didn't mind how they did it last year, where they did combined, and the first 3, winners were the elite, and then the rest rolled into age group. I know for me, I didn't mind it that way, just because it actually gave me the courage to actually know that, oh wow, I can run with elites, I can hang out with them, and I am fast, because that's what held me back to going to elite. I was like, oh no, I'll stick in my age group. But yeah, no, I think if they brought it back, I think it would be cool to inspire others, because the corral's a little small, and so I know it's scary for people to get out of their comfort zone, to be like, oh, I'm gonna run with the elite and see what happens. And if you are one of those, come and hang out with us. We don't bite, but there is competition out there, and it's a lot of fun.
Change of tactics and everything, it's great.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to start the awards presentation. All right, actually, we're going to start the formal program. All right? So we can have everybody pay attention up this way, please, and thank you. Who's first? Or what's first? All right. So first, give a round of applause for the man who had this idea in the first place, Steve Bacon Martin. And even though I may not get it back, I'm going to turn the mic over to him.
Hello. Freeber, I love you too. Everybody have fun today? Is everybody in the room? You notice we flipped this around because last year we were at the bar, and the first thing I said was, I was like, you know what? That probably kept anybody from wanting to go up to the bar and get a drink. So we flipped it around. Yeah, I want a Jack and Diet, please. All right, I want to kick off the formal program here with a little walkthrough history of how we all came to be here today, literally. I don't need this script to remember it. I need this to keep me on point, because we got some amazing speakers. We have some amazing podium winners. A lot to get to. Yeah. The hook is, I seen the hook. They have one over there. All right. In 2017, I was invited out to this thing called Boulder Dash by some friends. Yeah, right? I had no clue what this thing was, but it sounded fun. Like Boulder Dash. Like, all right, cool. It sounded fun. It was with great friends. I was like, yeah, what the heck? Let's do it. And seriously, it was so much fun. We trekked through the woods. We climbed through stuff, over stuff. We helped each other out. It was like so much fun. It was like being back on a playground as a kid, right? It was amazing. So that was 2017. That was like the fall. So in 2018, I signed up for 5 more. I just went looking around for these things. 3 more Boulder Dash races. Warrior Dash. Who remembers Warrior Dash? Rest in peace. Moment of silence for Warrior Dash. in a Spartan at Fenway Park. I'm like, all right, that Spartan, that sounds cool. Fenway Park, that sounds pretty awesome. So I loved them all, and I especially loved how each brand was represented a different experience, right? And I loved that, a different personality. I really love that and still do. It's what I love about all the different brands. But another thing I noticed really quickly was how awesome the people were at these events, right? Like complete strangers cheering each other on, helping each other. Everybody was just so freaking nice. I thought, man, if only we could take that spirit off the course into the rest of the world, that'd be pretty awesome. All right, so now it's early 2019, just after the holidays. You know, up here in New England's gray, blah, you know. Everything's fun and colorful and festive. First, it's like bleh. So I signed up for 10 more races while I was sitting there. 3 more Boulder Dash races, terrain race. Remember that? It was kind of cheap, but it was cheap. We were talking about that earlier. It's like, it was cheap, but it was cheap, so it's hard to complain. Rugged Maniac, another Spartan. I signed up my kids to take my kids to the Great Inflatable Race. Who remembers that? Right? It was kind of hokey. It was a mile. It was just inflatables, but it was awesome. I think my kids loved it. Did you love it? Yeah, that's my daughter, by the way. But I wasn't just satisfied signing up for races months away, right? I was itching to do more. So I started connecting with people on social media, people I'd been meeting and seeing out there, because I started seeing the same face. And I found that there were some really big, awesome groups out there, like 4.0, Spartan 4.0, New England Spartan. But I wanted to create something small and local. I didn't want to have a group that's like 1,000 people. Nothing wrong with that, but I just wanted something. So I created a group called the Rhode Island Obstacle Course Racers on Facebook. That's how I met Rob. That's how I met so many of my race friends, my awesome. And I went searching and inviting all these cool people I kept seeing on the course. I not only wanted them to connect with them, I also wanted them to have a chance to connect with each other. And I think a lot of them are really good friends now, years later. So that group quickly grew to a couple hundred people. All right, if you know me, I love a good party. Yeah, right. And in a sense, this whole thing started as I just wanted to throw. I love getting people together, whether it's a backyard barbecue, road trip, or crawling through the mud. And I thought, how much fun would it be to try to get some of these people together in the off season, right? The group quickly grew to like 300 people, which was just about right. And my idea of having a fun, informal, off-season gathering began. That was the beginning of the Expo. And then it happened. Warrior Dash went out of business. I was like, what the heck? Like, I was stunned. Like, all of a sudden, no more Warrior Dash. They folded. And I was like, why did that happen? Right? Because I go to these races, they're full of people. Like I said, every race brand has its own personality. Warrior Dash to me was just like 0% serious, silly. I was mad. Anybody else signed up for signed up for a Warrior Dash when they went out of business? All right, what happened next? That registration for the 2019 Warrior Dash turned into a golden ticket. Remember? Because all these other races stepped up, like Savage, Spartan, say, hey, if you're registered for the Warrior Dash, show us and we'll give you a free race. I want to get like 5 free races out of it. It was kind of like Warrior Dash's final, like, sorry we're gone, but here's a gift. But shortly after Warrior Dash, I remember reading an article, I think it was in the Mud Run Guide, talking about what the fall of Warrior Dash meant for OCR. And my big takeaway from it was to get out there and support all the races, especially the small ones. And in that moment, my idea of a fun, off-season social event took a turn, took on an additional purpose. The very first person I talked to about this was Lynn Hall, the founder of Boulder Dash. She is going to see this. Who by then had become a really good friend. I explained to her what I wanted to do, and as crazy as it sounded, she was absolutely all in and has been ever since. She believed in me. Stop it. Crying is allowed, and let me tell you guys, you're not going to lose your man card. In fact, you'll get a stamp for being secure enough to show a little emotion. Just saying. All right, no more interruptions. She believed in me. She believed in this crazy idea, and without her support, we never would have gotten it off the ground. As Rhode Island's first, original, and longest-running OCR, it became one of the most beloved event series in the region, not just because of the venues. The events and venues were so cool, but because she did Rocky Point, she did Nights at Beach. Given Lynn's super passionate and charitable nature, she also founded Find Your Bold, a nonprofit to help provide a means to support people with a wide range of challenges who would not otherwise be able to experience something like OCR. Over 13 incredible years, Lynn and Boulder Dash hosted over 50 awesome races in really iconic spots like the Rocky Point, Narragansett Beach, Yawgoo Valley Ski Area, each one packed with challenge, community, and heart, the things we love the most. Last fall, after 13 years of inspiring people and giving back, and for many of us, our first introduction to OCR, the final bouldered out. It was super emotional, super powerful. A lot of us have been, especially when all the racers, Lynn, and all of us volunteers walked through the course. There's just, and so our very first special honoree today is the one and only Lynn Hall for all of her incredible love, passion, dedication to the sport, and her absolute belief and support for what the Expo is all about. We had this custom made by Vermont Rocks Art for Lynn. It's got a plaque on there. Cantor, are you ready? Lynn could not be here today. You ready for Lynn's video? I will stall. So as I was saying, Vermont Rocks Art. Did you see their stuff? Their stuff is so cool. She could not be here today. She wanted to be here today. I actually went to visit last weekend. It's tough. Mostly tough for her. It's hard to walk away from something like that. She was deeply, deeply involved, passionately involved in her race, in the community, and it's a process. It's a grieving process. Wanted to be here. She just wasn't ready yet. So she does send her love, does send her support, does send a video, which hopefully my crack technology team is about to show on the screen behind you. Mike can't. I can't stall anymore, bro. We got that video coming. The video I loaded and said, here's the video. I texted it to you. All right. I'm going to let Rob dazzle you for a minute here.
All right. Those of you that are on your phones, set them down just for the next 2 minutes. The outside world will survive without you for 2 minutes. All right. So on Wednesdays, I host the New England OCR Expo podcast. We usually do it at 12 noon. I can be somewhat flexible, but I have a brutal schedule. But we typically do 12 noon. Everybody in here has a story to tell. Okay, even if you're afraid to speak, I'm an expert interviewer. All right, so I can guide the conversation. Yeah, Dan's been on, Jeff's been on, Steve's been on, Kelly's been on, lots of people have been on. David's been on, Yep, Alex has been on. And so if you want to come on and you want to tell your story, let me know, because I know every single race that I've done, I got stories to go along with it. Whether stories of perseverance, stories of where I almost quit, but I found the will to keep going the last 8 miles, whether it's stopping my own pace to help somebody else who was hurting. There's lots of things that go on during a race, and we need more guests on. Okay, there's a lot of people in this room right here. If everybody wanted to come on, we could fill up the rest of the year. Okay, I had Billy on a couple times, so it's really good because there are people who don't know how great this community is. And by getting on and sharing Dan's fitness story, or Billy's story of traveling the world doing 1,000 marathons a day, there's so many things that people have gone through on these courses. And people need to hear the stories. Okay, if you're afraid of public speaking, because a lot of people are, I think it's number 3 in the world of top fears. It's number 3. I am also a speaker coach, and I'm willing to help 2 of you for free. Seriously, for free. I'm willing to help 2 of you. So if you're interested in that, see me afterwards. You good? All right, looks like we have Lynn's video. If we can all do a 180.
Lynn Hall. I love Lynn. All right. If you've been out to Killington or Barrie or Jersey or New York Bethel to do a race, you probably rounded a corner and suddenly seen Yoda just sitting there, right? Asa Coddington perched up on a vantage point somewhere along the course, wearing his trademark. Wow! My New England just came out. Trademark. Wearing his trademark. Conical straw hat, the backpack with the Yoda sticking out, taking pictures for everybody, cheering everybody on. That's Asa in a nutshell, right? Who knows Asa, loves Asa? Yeah. All about the community, all about the people. In 2023, after severe flooding impacted parts of Vermont, he even partnered with the legendary Woody Peters. to host a fundraiser for the Main Street Recovery Fund to help the community around Killington. He also hosted a small but super fun race series, Viking Race, in New York for many years, which he retired from last summer. Last year, he was here to rep Viking and also came up with the idea for the Expo Virtual 5K Medal, which absolutely sold out, was a huge hit. He also could not be here today for a lot of the same reasons. Hopefully we get him back in here next year. But for all his years of devotion to the sport and the community, our next honoree is Asa Yoda Coddington. We'll have these up on the table. Y'all can look at them later. But lovely model. That's my baby girl. All right, the first Expo in 2020 was held in the ballroom of a small country club in Cranston, Rhode Island. It was, by every conceivable measure, a big risk. Brand new, never been heard of before, never been done before. I mean, there's home shows, boat shows. There's no such anything even remotely close for OCR. But, no doubt due to my persuasive powers, I managed to recruit a team to organize and plan it, most of whom are here today and have been along for the ride since the planning process was fun, exciting, and scary as hell because I was personally on the line for about $2,000 out of pocket. We were not trying to make money from the very, very beginning. This has been nonprofit, and there's costs to it, obviously, but our whole goal has been, and always has been, always will be, to give back far more than we'll get. We turn it all back around into cool stuff like podium medals. The day before the Expo, the first Expo, I was out about $600, but by the end of the day, that flipped around and we ended up donating $500 to Lynn's nonprofit Find Your Bowl. It turned out awesome, and we knew we were onto something, but a month later, COVID shut everything down, and the world went dark. A lot of people felt isolated, scared, lonely, but not really obstacle racers, right? Because like any other obstacle, we find ways to get over, under, through it, and embrace the suck while doing it. In late 2022, we began playing the second Expo. This time, a bigger ballroom, bigger country club. I had country clubs. I don't know. I think the first one, somebody suggested, we could do it at the Polish-American Club. Now, I'm Polish, and half Polish, half Irish, which that probably explains everything you ever wondered about me. But I didn't want some kind of element of class to it, a little bit. But I don't know, I was in the ballrooms. More vendors, more things to do. People, they're starting to do the table games. People were starting to talk. We're still talking about how much fun the first Expo was, and despite being delayed 2 years, it was around this time that my name got passed along to this guy named Dan McDonald. Who the heck is Dan McDonald? If you know Dan, you already know how awesome he is. If you don't know Dan, I will tell you how awesome he is. He's one of us. He's a racer. He's passionate about the sport, super passionate about the community and helping people. He loves all OCR, all brands, all organizations, and from the heart, and does everything he can to see everyone. This room is full of people and organizations who he has had an impact on. Oscar Mike, where you at? Oh, I know Joey left. Lion Hearts, Teddy Bear Crawl. Lion Hearts, Teddy Bear Crawl. More Heart Than Scars was supposed to be here, but veterans, first responders. He literally will do absolutely anything in his power to support all the above. And so our next honoree today, and he's here, so I'm going to call him up, Dan McDonald.
So many of you had no idea who I was until about 3.5 years ago when I actually joined Spartan as an employee because I ran very quietly in the background. Ran races, actually it was all Spartan because I lived in Florida. That's really all that's down there except for a couple Savages twice a year. Then I got a chance to join this company and speak to Joe and to the other folks about OCR as an overall, not just Spartan and not just what Spartan was about. And it gave me a chance to, I'm looking at half the people up front here I know, I consider very deep, close friends. And if it wasn't for OCR, I would have no idea who they were. And we can all do that right now. Look around this room. Some of your closest friends you have are simply because of OCR. And I look at, like I'm looking at Mark Haverland right now. I consider him somebody that if I said tomorrow, I need you in Florida to help me with something, he would figure out a way to be on a plane to help me out from Minnesota. How many friends do you have in your life like that? Very few. Because of OCR. Not because of any one brand. Because of OCR and the community that we all get to be part of. So it'd been nice if somebody would have told me I had to stand in front of a bunch of people and speak. However, this is my passion. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't care what the brand is. I don't care what it is. Short of a bubble run, I'm not real big on bubble runs, but short of that, I want it to be successful. Today was really cool. I met the folks from Savage Race for the first time in my life. I know when Steve introduced us, it was just supposed to be a quick introduction. We talked for a half hour about OCR, about the community. Probably the first real long conversation the two brands have had with people on the ground in forever. And we've already exchanged contact information. We're going to talk after this thing. It wasn't a one-time thing. So please, when you're out there, every single brand. I met the folks from Phoenix Racing 2 years ago at World's Toughest. We talked for an entire 5-mile loop about the coolness of just OCR itself. So when you're out there, don't forget why we're all here. It's all about this community. It's amazing. And people like Steve make sure that we stay together.
So if I had to use it, if that coupon was good for one use, I'm happy the way I used it. And by the way, like he said, the number of friends we've made and gained, and some of the best friendships we have are from OCR. I gained a fiance too. As successful as the first two expos were in our ballrooms, we need to move on from ballroom events. As much fun as they were, it was just time to elevate things. We were searching far and wide, places we might be able to hold to entice a deck of fit to New England. So we're looking at places like Gillette Stadium, Harvard, Hampshire Dome. Too big, too expensive. Meanwhile, Molly Crowley, where is she? Molly. Somebody point her out. She's hiding. Point her out. Molly, why are you over there? Just wave. Just wave. Thank you. Molly Crowley had been bugging me to check out this place called Ultimate Obstacles. I mean, come on. A place named Ultimate Obstacles? That's badass. So we set up a day and time to come meet and visit Mr. Eric Matta. Just like Dan, Eric is one of us. Longtime racer, loves the community, loves the sport, loves giving back. He gave us a full tour of the place, and pretty sure we were all shamelessly drooling the entire time. All sticking around for a human foosball, right? We walked and talked. We talked all about the Expo, how it started, why it started, our goals, making it better, bigger, better, even more fun for the community. He was fully in 100% from the absolute beginning, has been ever since, and we could not be more grateful for this sport and his friendship. And so our last honoree for today is Eric Matta.
Get to say something. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming down. When they approached me, it was obviously a no-brainer. I've been in the sport since 2011. After I did my first Spartan race out in Amesbury, like most of you guys, did like lap number 1, and you're like, can I go out again? And back then you could, right? You could just keep on doing multi-lap over and over. Now you have to sneak into it. Sorry, Spartan crew. Now you just have to sneak in. But yeah, I got hooked right away, right? Sport's super awesome. It challenges you in every single way, physically, mentally, and do the bigger and bigger races. But along the way, just met so many great people. Last year when we got to host this, saw so many faces a long time ago. So it's so great to reconnect. And now every single year, coming back here again every single year, right? We love the growth from last year, and we do this, right, to make sure the community still stays together. We make sure we still have a home. We make sure we get each other out to the races. So, guys, just make sure you do grab your friends, grab your family members, get them out to races, give them that experience. Of course, bring them to a super cool OCR Ninja Gym to do some training, have some fun, right? Make sure you guys come back. And, you know, just be involved. The races, the gyms, it goes without saying, guys, we can't stay open if you guys don't visit us, okay? I'll say that very, very honestly, right? We can't stay open. The races can't stay running if you don't support them, right? So I just ask from the bottom of the heart, show your love, get out to the gyms, get out to the races, keep the sport alive, and just keep on having fun. Thank you, guys. All right, before I hand this over, I've said to a lot of people, what is OCR but a big metaphor for life? Each requires you to move along a path. Each is full of obstacles you need to get over, under,
around through one way or another. Sometimes you're alone. Sometimes you have people, a great team around you. It might be graceful or it might be messy, but you get past it and on to the next challenge. And no matter how long the course or how hard the obstacles, the only thing that matters is don't give up. You may get tired, you may be in pain, you may get frustrated, you may want to quit, but we don't give up. Lucky for you, I'm on the last page. OCR truly is a metaphor for life, and I think that's why a lot of us love it so much. I spent 25 years of my life in the military, retired from that, became a firefighter. The common thread in my life being teamwork is everything. And when you surround yourself with a great team, both in life, on the course, and everywhere else, of like-minded, passionate, supportive people, anything and everything is really possible. No obstacle is too hard, no distance too great, and there is no better feeling than crossing that finish line together. I would like to thank everyone for being here today, the incredible Expo team, the staff of Ultimate Obstacles, and the schoolyard. All the incredible races, the vendors, the nonprofits, our awesome speakers that you're about to hear from, and of course, literally you guys, our beloved community. That banner over there, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't signed it this year or in the previous years, that banner is full of your personal messages, why you OCR. Why you OCR. And you guys are the reason why we Expo. Thank you so much.
Interviewed him on the Expo podcast. Did you come on to mine too yet or no? Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. So I interviewed him a couple times. He's got a great story. Here you go. Billy Richards.
All right, thank you. All right, so for those of you that remember last year, like I gave the entire life story. This year it's going to be a little bit shorter. So, I know. All right, but real quick, so like what's happened between last year and this year is, I don't know if you remember me telling you guys about that whole 100-mile journey that I did, where I ran 100 miles 35 times in 10 months and obliterated my hip joint. So, as you remember from last year, I was walking around with a severe limp. I still have a little bit of one, but it's not because I'm in pain. It's just because I have to re-educate myself how to walk again, normally, because I've been walking in pain for about 5 years. So, I got the surgery back in July. And basically, since then, my entire life's been just one giant obstacle. You know, I was pretty much on my own. I got dropped off at my apartment. I couldn't walk. My right leg felt like it weighed like about 1,000 pounds. And little by little, I did whatever I could to get back to live, just being normal. So, for the first 5 days, like I said, my leg felt like it weighed about 1,000 pounds. But once I was able to get outside, I walked around the neighborhood about 2 miles with a walker. No use of my leg, nothing like that. And then little by little, day 8, I tried to get in and out of the car. It wasn't cleared to drive yet, but I tried to do it anyway. And then by day 9, I got in the car, and the first place I drove was the gym. So from there, little by little, I couldn't get into the recumbent bike because I didn't have the mobility yet. So I went to the upright bike, and I kind of finagled my leg over the top of it. And I just used my left leg to get it moving. And then every day I'd try something new. I would do about a half-hour cardio, but not a half hour on one particular piece of equipment, like 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. And then long story short, by the time I got about 3 months out, and by the way, I did everything the orthopedic told me. I did push the limit a little bit, so when they said I can ruck, I kind of did like about 20 miles and like stuff. But anyway, yeah, so about 3 months, I go to my 3-month follow-up, and the PA goes to me. She's like, "Man, you don't look like somebody that's 3 months post-surgery. You look like somebody that's like 8 months post-surgery." So, I attribute a lot of that to I had a really good physical therapist, and on top of that, I was stretching about a half hour 3 times a day, and I was just pushing myself to the limit whatever I could while staying within the guidelines. So, long story short, I just got clearance to run and jump again on January 10th, and I coincidentally got the flu on the same day. So, but I didn't get a bad version of it. I just lost my voice for about 2 months. So I'm actually talking normal again for the first time in about 2 months. I got my voice back like 3 days ago. So this almost didn't happen, even though I probably would have just came up here and sounded like a death metal speaker anyway. But over the course of that time, so I am in the process of training something just in case. For those of you that follow me on social media, even though it's probably a dumb idea, but I had to beat my legs up a little bit to condition them. So over the last 5 weeks, despite the fact that I just got clearance to run on January 10th, I ran a marathon. I did a 22-mile ruck march. I did 50 miles at the Fit Ultra, and then I did 250Ks over the last 2 weekends. So that's the last 5 weeks of my life. So what I'm doing now is, if you guys remember from last year, I rucked 11 marathons in 11 states in 11 days while waiting for surgery with 30 pounds on my back. And I did it to raise money for struggling veterans. There's a charity that's local to me called Operation VEST. And VEST is an acronym. It stands for Veterans Ending Suicide Together. So that's who I raised the money for. And this year, I contacted Guinness about it. I'm just waiting to hear back to find out if it's an actual world record or not. I'm still going to do it, whether it's a world record or not, by the way, because that's how I roll. But I found another stretch of 11 in a row. But this time I'm planning on doing 11 50Ks in 11 states in 11 days with 50 pounds on my back, just because I'm keeping the 50 theme rolling. Because normally my ruck's 45 pounds. But that's what I'm looking at doing. And I know there's other speakers like on deck and everything. So if you guys would like to talk to me about anything that's going on or who I'm raising money for, or have any questions about overcoming injuries, because I've overcame a lot of them. You know, I've had the hip. Obviously, that was my most recent one. Tricep tendon rupture, bicep tendon rupture. I got rhabdo at my first 100 miler. So if anybody has any questions or anything they would like to ask me after this, you're more than welcome to. So that's about all I got for today. So.
All right, we're going to shift the focus back this way so we can shift back around. We're going to do 3 more raffles. It's coming now. This right here is the OCR Ultra World Champion.
Thank you so much. I love you. Well, first of all, I want to thank Steve and everybody for this OCR Expo. This is absolutely amazing. This is the 3rd time that I've actually spoken here today. First time I spoke a little bit about who I am, which I'll, for those of you who don't know, very briefly. And then I did a Q&A last year, which was awesome. But honestly, just like Billy said, if you have any questions about like OCR, Ultras, which is kind of, not Deca Strong, but Ultras, by all means, come up and ask me. Like, I love giving advice at any time. It's probably actually the most nervous I've actually ever been speaking in front of people, because I wanted to honor my cousin Mike. Excuse me. My youngest cousin Mike committed suicide last month. I'm not supposed to be here either. I tried to commit suicide in my early 20s. I didn't have something like this in my life. I didn't have this community. I didn't have this sport. I didn't have me. Like, I didn't know who I was as a person. And then in my later 20s, I found OCR. I was still, going through stuff throughout my 20s. But I found this sport and this community, and it literally saved my life. So I know, everybody goes through their daily struggles. Everybody has, the things that they struggle with. You are not alone. You have all of your friends here. I can't stress that enough. I never in a million years would have imagined the things that I've done. I have traveled to Iceland. I've won world championships in Iceland. I've been to Sweden. I've been all around the world. I've been with crazy people at the death race, like literally in my underwear and socks, like climbing up a mountain for like 24 hours. Like, I would have never imagined doing any of these things if it weren't for this sport. And I wish so badly 2 things. Number one, that I could go back in time and tell my cousin Mike that there is this. He looked up to, he would always ask me about my races. I always tried to get him. He lived up in Maine. We chat just like, most people do. And I also wish I could go back in time and tell myself that it gets better and that you have something like this to go to. So, like I said before, sorry about basically, I also look to the board, why do you OCR? One of my friends, Don Devaney, those who again know like the death race, I live this quote to my life now: aspire to inspire. And that's what I hopefully did for you all today. Again, if anybody wants to ask anything, just hit me up on, I don't check my Facebook as much anymore, but come over after, just ask me any questions. But yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we're going to do another 3. I'm next. So with my time, because you guys have been listening to me all day, so I'm going to yield my time. Steve doesn't know I'm doing this. To Alex from Neighborhood Ninjas. I want Alex to come up and talk about what she's doing with Kids Playground.
Thank you. All right. We having fun today? Woo! All right. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to Expo staff for putting this on. I know we've said thank you already, but we got to be out here today with the kids course, if y'all saw us over there. So thank you to the Expo team for having us. It was a lot of fun. And thank you, Ultimate Obstacles, for always supporting us. So if y'all are not familiar with Neighborhood Ninjas, who's familiar with us? Anybody? Do we know anything besides we did the kids course? No? Okay. So Neighborhood Ninjas, we are a nonprofit organization. We use the sport of OCR and Ninja Warrior to help youth and young adults to build confidence, community, connection, growth mindset, and resilience. So all things that we've been talking about today, right? All things that we have experienced through the sport of OCR ourselves, and things that we wish we had earlier in life, right? Anybody wish that they had that earlier in life? Right? All of us. So that's kind of our goal, is really getting out there in the communities and doing that. And we had a national mentorship program that we were running, a national scholarship program. And then, we were doing basically what we call community days, where we go out in the community. We work a lot with kids in the foster care and juvenile justice systems too, kids in high schools, and working with them on building those skills through OCR-based programming. And I don't know if y'all can see, but up on the wall over there, we got a poster from our first Ninja Fit playground that we actually built in Wilmington, Delaware last year. Yeah. So we were like, hey, how do we make this sport and the benefits of it more accessible, right? So we actually started building adult-sized obstacle playgrounds in low-income and rural areas, and we're working on our second one right now here in Massachusetts. It's going to be, woo, right? It's actually going to be out in Western Mass in Lee, Massachusetts. I don't know if anyone's ever been out there. It's only an hour and a half from here. And what we did with the one in Delaware, actually, since opening it, we've had dozens of free community classes, workshops, even a free community competition. And we're planning to do the same in Lee. So when that happens, I'll let you all know. We're going to have an outdoor comp at this playground. But our goal really is to create things that are more free and accessible out there, get whole families moving together, playing together. I mean, I don't know how many of you have kids. Right, yeah. So this crew might be a little different, but how many of you go play on elementary-sized playgrounds with your kids? Yeah, of course, because we're OCR people, right? But, okay. But how many of you see non-OCR people at the playground with their kids and they're just sitting on the phone on the bench, right? Yeah, everyone who's not us, right? And so our goal was also to create something where we can get whole families moving together and playing. So the one we built in Delaware, there's days where we'll see 100 people out there at once, whole families, challenging each other, playing together. And as I'm sure all of you know, what happens when we do OCR? Our confidence improves, right? Our self-talk improves. We're practicing growth mindset in real time because we're literally putting ourselves in a situation where we have a ton of obstacles in front of us and there's no right way to do it, right? We're practicing, we're falling, we're figuring out a strengths-based approach and not just immediately blaming our abilities and saying, I suck, right? And so maybe we do, I don't know. So that's really our goal, is to use, the way that this sport teaches us growth mindset and resilience to do that programming and create more free and accessible places for people to do that. So, want to let y'all know, who here likes pull-ups? Anybody? Anybody not like pull-ups here? Okay, ish, sometimes. And if they're in a race, maybe, right? You're pulling up to reach to something. So we do an annual Pull-Ups for Playgrounds competition to help us raise money for this. Our next one's going to be in August, so I'd love if y'all participated. And I know that the Expo is actually trying to raise money to help us sponsor an obstacle on this playground. So if y'all want to participate, that's going to help them do it. They're going to get the Expo logo, QR code to the Expo website on a sign on the playground that's going to live there forever so that people can know about the Expo like 30, 40, 50, 150 years from now. So if y'all want to participate in that, definitely follow us on Instagram. It's neighborhood_ninjas on Instagram so you can stay updated with everything we got going on. Yeah, so thank you all for listening. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the Expo staff. Thanks.
You are welcome. Anyone that knows me knows I don't give up an opportunity to speak. See, so that's how much I support her in what she's doing. She was also on the Expo podcast. Steve, who's next? Kelly Sullivan. She was all over DECA today. All over it. Here you go.
Hi, friends. Hi, guys. Those who know me, hi. It was so great to see everyone. I retired last year, but I said that I'd still be around, and now you're stuck with me here. Those that don't know me, hi. I'm Kelly Sullivan. I've been with way too long. Started back in 2011 with Warrior Dash. Went to Spartan Race, went to every single other race. Had an absolute blast with it. Took it kind of everywhere. I started just because I didn't know what to do with myself. I played softball in college growing up, and then that ended, and I was like, let's go play in mud. That's right? That's what we do. We just go play in mud and have some fun with it. Took the time last year to retire from OCR and switch to kind of more hybrid stuff. As you heard, I was all over the DECA course today. DECA, High Rocks, more hybrid, more CrossFit, but still absolutely here. And mainly because of you guys. Hold up. Nope. I actually took notes this time. Love you, Jess. But as I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, I didn't just want to ramble about things, because that's what I tend to do and start talking. So I was thinking, and I was like, what can I actually like? So I just thought back over the 15th OCR community to think about what did I really, and that's what I want to bring. They're in no order. This was literally just as I was driving home and thinking about things, and then shower thoughts. That's where the best thoughts come into your head. Yep. Took my phone right out after the shower, and I was like, let's type this out. So they're in no particular order, but just thinking about what I could bring to you guys to maybe help out your journey as you're going through, whether you are open heat, really competitive. I've been everywhere. Started an open heat. I was talking with somebody about it, how we used to get stuck at the obstacles, and I still don't consider myself a runner after 20, but I was like, I like the obstacles, so I jumped into elite. Why not? And went from there. It turned out to be the greatest opportunity of my life, and that's the first thing that I wrote down is take advantage of every single opportunity that you have. I've gotten so many opportunities in teams I've been on. Shout out to Nori years ago. Now I'm with Underdog, which is one of the best gyms that I've been a part of. I've been with MST in Jersey, if anyone knows those. I've gotten sponsorships, ambassadorships, and I've gotten to know so much. And that's the biggest thing. That's literally what has kept me racing for this long. And so take advantage of any opportunity that you have. Even beyond that, I've been invited to inaugural races. I was at the first Battle Bunker. I was at the first Go Ruck game. I was on a team, by the way. That's and it's fun. And that goes into the second thing, too, of just try and scared of it. That's awesome. I tell myself every single year, find one thing that, and believe me, I will find at least one thing that scares me to do every single year. Last year it was Rally in the Valley, and I was a hot mess, if anyone watched. The first event, I was last place. And it was fine. I had a great time the entire time. So much fun because you learn so much about yourself as you throw yourself into while you're doing those scary things. Have so much. That's the biggest thing I tell myself, and I've told all of my friends. So I will not do something type 2 fun at times like that. But have fun with it. I've literally gotten to the point where I knew, and I took myself off, and I got yelled at by everyone. I was like, if you're not truly having fun, that's why we're here. It's something that we love to do. So continue to love to do it at all times. With that also, these all kind of go into each other. Another thing is just learn from anyone and everyone. Josh said it also, but Josh said it too. We are all here to help you guys out, whether you are open with anything. Learn from everyone and anyone. I didn't get where I was until I started talking to other people. And most of us are share and help out. If you need help with an obstacle, talk to someone. Have someone help you out the first. Someone just take you back on course and tell Spartan stuff. But take you back out on course and try out some of the obstacles. I did that with a couple of my friends once I was finally not going to be on course anymore. They're like, can you help me out? Yeah. Learn from everyone else. That's literally how to do all the obstacle thing was by asking, and it's way more fun. I talk to everyone. That also goes into you want to set goals. Whether that's big goals, whether it's small goals. I have the major goal that I want. But then every single race, every single workout, I have one. Maybe that's, I'm going to do all my pull-ups. Maybe that's, hey, I'm doing this race, I'm going to make sure that I'm running really slow, but I'm going to, little goals. Little goals are going to help with that improvement. That 1% improvement every day is really going to help. That's how I really started pushing myself when I was just like, how can I make myself that little bit better? I started running to the obstacle. Because you guys know, you see the obstacle and you're like, yes, obstacle. There's still like 100. Gloria, I know. I know. So I started to be like, okay, I'm gonna see that obstacle and I'm gonna run to it. That's like a good 20, 30. Then I started running off of obstacles. Little things are gonna have those big improvements. Ooh, and the last biggest, remember where and why you started. I keep the picture from my first race so I can look back at it. No tattoos. I was in this like tie-dye shirt. That's it. I don't even remember. It said Hot Kelly. I was Hot Kelly and my friend was Princess. We had tie-dye shirts on. We had so much fun with it. But I look back at that and I'm like, yep, this little girl had super awesome. So yeah, thank you guys. I don't know who this goes to.
All right, well done, well done. Okay, next up we have 3 free spots. Who's next? And then we have the last 3.
I would proudly like to introduce a veteran brother, strength and speed, ultra OCR man, Evan Perperis.
Thank you, Steve. I was on the podcast. It was great. First of all, thank you for having me. This event is unlike any event in the world that I know of. I've traveled all over the world racing, Kuwait, Lebanon, Australia, Canada, all throughout the United States. I don't know of another event like this, and I've been following the OCR industry just like Kelly for the last decade plus, and I've never seen anything like this. So awesome. Thank you all for putting it on. I just moved in from Kansas. I now live in Massachusetts, so I'm new to the area, although I grew up in Long Island, New York. And like all the speakers before me, please go ahead and ask them questions. Make sure you follow them on social media. They are OCR royalty in the back there. So I really appreciate them. Kelly, I feel like, has been on every podium every time I check the results for the last 9 years in the Northeast. Josh is on my team, the Mudgear Hannibal Race Pro Team. It is the longest running pro obstacle course racing team in existence, established 2016. I told everyone he was going to win World's Toughest Mudder last year. He was the top American. He came in second. It was close. Amazing athlete. I got him as my pick for this year, though. Yeah. And Billy, let me really quick story about Billy. When he was trying to run 100 miles and every weekend for like the entire year, he flew out to my house to Kansas. I picked him up from the airport. I was going to take him to the race. When I took him to his room, he couldn't walk down the stairs. This is before the race. He's running 100 miles tomorrow, and he can't walk down the stairs. Anyway, we're on our way to the race the next morning, and he's like, let me stop by the gas station real quick. I'm going to pick up a little bit of caffeine. The man was eating grams of caffeine. Anyone who knows how much, a Red Bull has 80 milligrams of caffeine. Milligrams! He drank like a Bang and 3 5-hour energies, and he's like, let's run 100 miles. I was like, what? This man's going to have a heart attack in my car. Anyway, amazing. Please pick their brains. Normally when I do speaking, I talk for like an hour. I'm not going to talk for that long. It's 10 minutes. You get the very abbreviated version. I'm going to give you 5 lessons learned that I've learned over my career in obstacle course racing and in the military. I'm an author. I've written 8 books on obstacle course racing. Another book on essentially self-defense for runners. I've gotten 350 articles on various websites, 250 podcasts from Strength and Speed now available on YouTube. And what else have I done? I lose track. I spent 20 years in the military. I just retired in October. Special Forces veteran. I spent most of my time in Iraq, about 4 years of my life overseas in combat zones. So, been a busy, my pleasure. It's been a busy life. I have over 100 OCR podiums now at this point, which is so many that I don't like to tell people because it's like, shouldn't you have been doing something else with your life? Like, I feel embarrassed it's so many. It's absurd. And then I did 7 self-created Ultra OCR charity events where I would do something really, really long and really, really stupid, and then I'd ask for donations and typically raise money for Folds of Honor, which is scholarship money for kids whose parents were killed or wounded in action. So things like running on a treadmill for 24 hours, and getting off every mile to do obstacles, a 48-hour multi-lap of a race called Conquer the Gauntlet, 7 days of obstacle course race marathons in a row. 8 days of obstacle course race marathons in the row in the winter. All terrible ideas. All of them, after I did it, I was like, we're never doing that again. And then a couple years ago by, I'd be like, what if I added an 8th day and did it in winter? And I brought Mike Stefano from Obstacle Running Adventures. And that's what we did. And we made a documentary about it. It's up on my website, ultraocrman.com. So, 5 lessons learned. If you're going to write anything down, I would write these 5 lessons down. Growing up, I was an unathletic kid. So if you looked at me in high school and you said one of these guys is going to be a special forces soldier and a professional obstacle course racer and travel the world, you would probably pick me, maybe not last, but near the bottom. So my first lesson is work hard, but more importantly, work consistently. Anyone, and I mean, the entire room here who's been racing for a while can tell you where they are now compared to where they started a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like a world of difference. So just stick with it. And you don't have to be the hardest worker in the room. Just be the most consistent. Just keep showing up. Show up on days you don't want to. That's the secret. It's the secret. And these lessons aren't for OCR. They're for life. It will literally change you. So I just kept showing up, kept plugging away, doing good work. I applied for Ninja Warrior a couple of years ago, and I was like, Ninja Warrior? I've got like 70 OCR podiums. This is going to be great. I don't know if I have the shortest run in American Ninja Warrior history, but it's damn close. It is very, very close. I did it 2 more times. It was a great experience, even when I fell immediately. They paid me to show up. On the 3rd time we filmed, I had a day off, and I went to Disneyland, and I was like a 40-year-old man running around with a lightsaber, and it was the greatest day of my life. So I tell you that because failure is normal. And if you're not failing, you're not setting big enough goals. Set bigger goals. You need to fail to progress. I fail so many times. Sometimes people see it. Sometimes people don't. I spent a decade running endurance races before I switched to OCR. So when you look at my OCR career, it starts off really good. It's because I was doing things for a decade, right? I was failing in the darkness for a decade with no one saw it. And then I stepped into the light in OCR and started doing really well. And with that, like I said, I created all these charity events. And they were crazy. They were terrible ideas. And when I would tell people at work, here's what I'm going to do, they're like, I don't think that's possible. Like, can people do that? And I know they can because I'm friends with people like Billy. So 3 is follow your dreams and don't let other people tell you no. Willpower can take you so far. I can't even, it's literally insane. And in order to do these events, I had an amazing support crew. I had my wife, my dad, who's back there. Anyone who's been to Toughest Mudder would probably recognize him from standing there holding all my nutritional drinks. But you need to surround yourself with a good support system. And sometimes that's just a spouse who's like, yes, you can go run today. And then other times it's someone who's like, I'm going to stay up all night and mark every obstacle you do for 24 hours while you run on a treadmill. That was my dad. Or sometimes he's like, I'm going to drive to make it to the next venue in the 8 days of 8 obstacle course race marathons so we don't die in a car crash in the middle of the night, right? And then 5 is the same plan for getting better at OCR literally works for everything. So read books and learn, podcasts, YouTube, books, etc. Read. Get some sort of professional instruction, whether that be a coach, just picking the brains of the people in the back of the room there. And then 3, practice. Practice so much, it is insane. Practice to the point where other people are looking at you and being like, why are you still going? But that's where the success comes in. It's just consistency over time. Anyone who trains martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, does endurance racing, knows these things. So those are my 5. Work hard, but more importantly, work consistently. Failure is normal. Follow your dreams. Surround yourself with a good support system. And the same plan for getting better in OCR works for everything. If anyone wants to know more about me, my website, ultraocrman.com. There's a free documentary on there, 25-minute long. Mike was there. I think he's in the video a couple of times. Done by a professional filmmaker, so it's very good. And I've got a whole bunch of books, again, all off my website. I took something that should have been a very, very expensive, something that was very expensive, and I used a bunch of hard work to basically turn it into something that makes money. And not only that, essentially repaid my cost for OCR, but then also was able to raise, $25,000+ for charity. And then I worked for Tough Mudder for 2 years as like a side job as a contractor, where I ran their charity event. We raised $25,000 for that. So, I mean, just amazing opportunities. Thank you. And, yeah, again, if anyone wants to talk to me after, I'm around. Obstacle course racing's still one of my passions, although I'm getting close to retirement. Military stuff, obviously, I know a lot about that. Martial arts is kind of what I'm shifting into, so my next couple of books are going to be martial arts focused, and I teach for a brand called Tiga Tactics, combatives program. And then the reason I'm in Boston is because I'm in seminary. So I go to Holy Cross Seminary in Brookline, Massachusetts. It's an Greek Orthodox seminary. So if anyone has questions about that, I'm available after. Thank you all for having me. Great to see everyone.
All right, we know we're really far behind on our timeline, and really it's because of the success of the day. We were overflowing with registrations, day up. Sign up in advance, all you people. Gloria Vargas, everybody!
If you sign up for the deck a day of, we have to manually tabulate your time from your paper sheet. You may...
I told Eric next year we are cutting it off like day before. All right. But we're trying to catch up. We know it's people got to get home and places to be. I do want to announce that we had a charity partner this year, Neighborhood Ninjas. $5 of every ticket is going to Neighborhood Ninjas. Anything they made, the kit, all the medals were donated for this. Bunch of cool stuff. So they are working on building a playground in Lee, Massachusetts. So, just want to say that. Thank you. Before we kick it off for podiums and grand champions, there is something new we started this year. At the bottom of every passport card was, what was your favorite table? And we had this really super cool. I want to keep this. Can we have an extra one made next year and I can keep? What was your favorite table? By whatever criteria you deemed fit, whatever. Most colorful, best discount, whatever. Who do you think won? It was really, really close. But our tabulations came down to Obstacle Wonderland. Is he still here? I don't think he's here. He's got a big event next weekend, so we're gonna make sure we get this to him. But we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again next year. So now we're gonna hand it over for the podiums, and that is the last. Oh no, 3 more raffle prizes. All right.
Okay, we have the last 3 raffles, then we get to the podium. So let's get through this quickly. Get your tickets out. This one is from Lionheart. Steve, are you passing out the awards? All right, so we're starting with. Okay, so we're starting with the 100-meter female under 40, over 40. My bad, over 40. In third place, we have Sue D. Is she here? Is she here? Sue, I can't pronounce your last name. D-Z-I-O-K. She's coming? Yeah, she is. See, he passed it off to me because he didn't want to butcher the last name, so he's letting me butcher him. Yeah, you got to get on the podium. Second place, Ann Priestman. Nice job. And winning, the female over 40, Tracy Valla. Congratulations, sister. All right, moving to the men over 40. In third place, here you go again, Kevin Vanderwood. That sound right? Well done. In second place, I'm just saying Oliver. If it's not Oliver, I apologize. Oliver LaRiviere. And in first place, Eric Matta. You really won your own race. Yep. Trying to blow through it. All right, next. Go ahead, get those photos. Get those photos. Congratulations. This is your men and women over 40. Next up, we have the female under 40. In third place, Abby Pyers. In second place, Jasmine Sanatis. Jasmine here? Oh, right there. She snuck in. And winning is Alex Bellevue. Where's Alex? Where's Alex? Alex? No? Alex Bellevue? Bellevue? Okay, well, they're here in spirit. Okay, let's add the men. We got Alexander Hordachuk. You did me dirty. Alexander, is he here? Is he here? Hey, second place, Josh Marchasalt. Josh Marchasalt. Let's say he's not here. Okay. And winning is Anthony Erdley. He's like, let's go. Congratulations. Get your photos. Let them get their photos. And then the female over 40. Decca is up next. Oh, they cleared quick. All right. And so is this like a tie? Okay. All right. So in third place, we have Rachel Wilson. Is there a Rachel Wilson present? Rachel's out. Second place, you know what? I'm just going to say the names. If it's wrong, I apologize. Rana Paulson. Rana? No go? And in first place, Gloria Vargas. She said, what'd I do? Congratulations. Okay. Okay, men over 40. In third place, David Contestable. In second place, Peter Burnham. And winning, you heard him speak earlier, Josh Fiore. Okay, let them get their photos. Deca female under 40 is next. Okay, moving right along. So again, there were some glitches in the computer. So if something comes up that you don't think is right, just come and talk to us and we'll work it out. All right, so we got Deca female under 40. Third place, Chelsea Bedreau. Is there a Chelsea in the house? Chelsea. Okay, if not, second place, Alexis Zilanka. Did I do it right? Let's go! And first place, Rachel Wilson. Rachel Wilson. Okay, male under 40 is next. All right, here we go. Male under 40. In third place, Luis Quesada. In second place, Eric Surrett. In first place, Stephen Rooney. Stephen Rooney, no? Okay, let's get those photos. Okay, so the ruck female over 45, there were none. So we're going to move to the ruck male over 45. In third place, Jason Snookus. Jason. Okay, in second place, Owen Rounds. There he is. And in first place, Andy Haskell. Okay, next we got female ruck. Is this under 45? Under 45. All right, here we go. Ruck female in third place, Stephanie Edgemont. In second place, Erica Jackman. Let's go. And in first place, no surprise, Kelly Sullivan. Nice work. Okay, the male ruck under 45 is next. Get the big smiles. And thank you to all of you for staying to the end. We know it's a long day. Thank you very much. Just stay up there. All right, we have the men. In third place, Eric Barrett. In second place, the beast, Daniel Yerrick. As Diesel Dan. In first place, Matthew K. Next, we have the top 3 Deca teams. All right. In third place, we have the team of Taylor Feebas and Ed Miller. Are you here? Taylor and Ed. They left? Okay. In second, this is some flexing here. In second place, we got Molly Crowley and Kelly Sullivan. Is Molly still here? Oh, you walked right by me. I didn't see you. Duh. And check this out. How are you going to do 2 podiums at the same time? In first place is Molly Crowley and Joe Rocco. Team Underdog flexing right now. Next up, we got the grand champion overall, and then we'll be all done. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you. Yeah, no, then we'll be all done. I bet. Next, we got the overall grand champion. So they already announced the table grand champion, but we'll shout him out again. Obstacle Wonderland. It must have been the chickens. It had to have been. All right, in third place. No, wait, no. This is grand champion, my bad. For the men under 40s, Isaiah Luccketta. For the females under 40, there was no one. I don't know how that works, but there was no one. For the male over 40, Nathan Lambert. We are not worthy. So, in the women over 40? Yeah, the women over 40. We think there was a mistake in one of the earlier ones, but we're going to get that fixed. Because the female grand champion, Tracy Valla. Let's get our grand champions up on the podium. Steve, are you going to say some parting words? No? Okay. Yeah, here's your computer. Let's get a round of applause for your grand champions. So, and again, thank you all that stayed to the very end. Steve's got some quick parting words. And then it's party time.
All right, one last time. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. We did run late, and it's really a product of our own success. As you know from last year, we improved on it this year, and we're going to do the same thing for next year because we clearly have a lot more people that want to come out and be part of this. Oh, wait. I need the Expo athlete team up here for a quick photo shoot. After that, we have a VIP catered after party, and because of the running late, a lot of people have left. So we have food for 100 people, which is probably about what's left. So if you got to go, thank you so much. Safe travels. If you don't got to go just yet, hang out because you're going to get fed.
We do have one more podium. Is this on?
Oh.
Okay, we do have a 45-plus female grand champion, Melissa Minnie Malone. Get on the podium, sister. Nobody said being a grand champion didn't hurt. Definitely. She's like, I am not standing. Yep. Well done.
We'll start with your name and where you're from.
All right, I'm OCR Luccketta from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Careful, we know your first name now. we won't say that here, though. I remember. So, how was your experience at the Expo today?
It was wonderful. I loved it. It was a great time, challenging, but yet doable.
Yeah, awesome. So what were you expecting for the Expo? You came up here all the way from, Tennessee area, right?
Yeah, we came from Chattanooga. Awesome. So my expectations, I wanted to get faster on this deck of strong, but hey, it is what it is. I'm happy with my time. I just got to beat it next time.
Right.
The 100 meter, I was in second place for a while until we had some faster competition.
Yeah.
Those darn ninjas out here.
Right, I know it. So the grand champion is the combined time for both of those. You got first in your age group. How does that feel?
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Not just in your age group, under 40, so a big age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't even know. I was like, oh, okay.
I saw you on the list. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good surprise for him. Yeah.
Yeah. I was shocked, as a lot of these racers out here they've probably seen me at a lot of events. You've probably seen me at some events.
Right. Yeah.
I'm everywhere, so.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. So how's it feel to win the award? It's pretty sweet looking, huh?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's very cool. Now I got to figure out how to fit it in a suitcase on the way home.
Yeah, I know.
Get through the airport, TSA.
And then plug Lionheart's Fitness.
Yeah, we're with Lionheart's Fitness, free fitness for all youth in North Georgia and East Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we do OCR, we train, we're at a lot of events, so if you haven't seen us, you'll most likely see us.
What do you have planned? I'm sure there's a bunch, but like, what races do you plan to hit next now?
I think we're planning on Fayetteville, South Carolina. We got the Savage, Georgia. We got Tough Mudder. We got Midwest OCR. We got War X.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
Yeah.
We'll be out.
Awesome, man. Any final thoughts on how the expo went?
No, I just want to give a shout out to the crew out here. They did an amazing job putting this on. It was quick and easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cluster, so that's great.
It has been a cluster in the past, but we've cleaned it up a bit. But yeah, congratulations and good to finally meet you in person now.
Yeah, great to meet you too. We'll see you again.
Hi, my name's Nathan Lambert. I'm from Vernon, Connecticut.
How did you enjoy your time at the expo today?
Oh, it was a blast. This is awesome. We went there. We came here last year. It was phenomenal. So we came back this year. It's so far this is bigger and better than it was last year. Double the amount of people, the environment, everything. All the people. It's just like being at a race, if not better. You're not getting dirty. You know,
That means
still
a
getting
lot.
sweaty though. Still getting sweaty, but
Yeah, we put a lot into it, so it's good to have it come to fruition again. So tell me about your races. How'd it go?
The DECA kicked my ass. I'm not a DECA guy. I've been trying to get better at it, but this one was still just 26 minutes.
Yeah.
It's an ass kicker, but I actually surprised myself on the ninja course. I did surprisingly well. I think overall I was fourth, and there was a couple of fast ninjas, including the owner of the gym, that were in front of me. So I was pretty pleased with my performance there, and ultimately it got me the overall grand champion. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, pretty sweet award. Do you have any idea where you're gonna put it now?
Right on the mantle, next to my wife's death race skull.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's a little more badass than this, but you know, I'll take my small wins.
You don't have to compare, but yeah, that's fair. And then you had a very unique celebratory dance on the podium too.
Yeah, that's something that I do. It's not anything to really be too proud of, but I hump stuff.
That's okay.
I travel the world doing it though, so
There you go.
we try to make fun of it.
And in terms of like vendors and stuff, like what were some vendors that you really that stuck out in your mind? I guess?
Biggest vendor sticks out in my mind is Obstacle Wonderland. They're phenomenal. We've done some races at their venue. It's an amazing venue. Gabe is an incredible guy, but he had the best booth today. He had all kinds of toys given away. He had the rubber chicken dance, all that stuff. It was a blast. All of the booths were wonderful. Obviously the Spartan booth, I mean, it's just like the info tent and everything else. The butter booth, that peanut butter is pretty darn good. Oscar Mike always selling the great t-shirts and everything else. So I mean, overall, you really can't beat it. I mean, I'm sure people are kicking themselves in the butt for not getting a booth into this thing sooner, because it really is. It's just a great venue and a great opportunity to see your friends and learn a lot about the sport.
And if you are a potential vendor, reach out to me because I'm in charge of the vendors. So appreciate that. Final thoughts on the event, and what events do you have coming up now?
Our next events, I think we have on the horizon, are Obstacle Wonderland next weekend, of course, and then I think next after that is New Jersey, and then we'll go from there. I think we plan to do Ohio and Fayetteville, all the standard, the usuals, for West Virginia, all that. So yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and thanks for coming out and supporting this event.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
James Golisano from Ringe, New Hampshire. Work for Merrimack, New Hampshire.
And what were you representing here at the expo?
I was representing the Naticook Challenge 5K obstacle course race that happens in Merrimack as part of Merrimack Parks and Recreation.
And do you have a date for that real quick before?
October 4th of 25.
I'll have to block that out on my schedule because I haven't been able to make it in previous years. But what was your experience at the expo? How did it go for you this year?
Compared to last year, we had a higher level of traffic, more people talking to me. I burned through more of my flyers that I made this year, and I think I made much better connections.
I'm glad to hear that. And speak to some of the connections. How does it feel to be able to talk to Savage, talk to Spartan, all that?
It was absolutely amazing to have the sheer number of vendors that we had here, and some of the bigger players in our OCR game that came up to the plate and here and networked directly with us in collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. And then do you think your kid had a good time too? I interviewed him earlier. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh my gosh, if I actually knew where he was half the time, I would say yes, but no, he definitely was all over the place. He enjoyed himself during some of the events and got himself a couple medals. He even did that bear crawl Spartan challenge around the entire facility a few times.
He didn't quit. Yeah.
No, he didn't quit. He earned himself a medal, and I'm not surprised. He should have.
Absolutely. And then any other vendors that stood out to you as being unique this year?
Well, it was great to have Savage. I had Savage right next to me, and this is the first time Savage was here. So just to have
tried for so long.
Right, and they are a big player in the game because of all the races. Savage is still one of my favorite.
Same, absolutely. And then, what races do you have coming up in the meantime?
Going to be heading to Tough Mudder in Philly. I bit the bullet and got the big expensive plane ticket to England this year for World's Toughest Mudder. Yeah, I can't miss seeing a castle, I guess, right?
Beaver Castle. Spelled completely incorrectly.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. Well, super excited that you were able to come out here again. Hope you got some more registrants for your race, and let's enjoy the after party.
Yeah, I think registration for my race will pick up this year. It's I've got a max of 200, and Dan, who works with Spartan and Tough Mudder, is hooking us up to make it even more special, because if they register for my race, they're going to be able to get a code for a free Spartan or a Tough Mudder.
Dan's crushing it. I love that.
He really is.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, man, so I think it was successful.
Excellent. Thank you, Mike.
My name is Darren. I am from Just Right Entertainment in Warwick, Rhode Island.
How'd you enjoy your time at the Expo? You've been seeing it grow over the years?
The growth has been amazing to see over the past couple of years. I was one of the vendors who got to be here from day one, so it's great to see it from this smaller venue to this huge venue with a lot more people. Yeah.
Did you get to enjoy watching the people compete at the DECA and everything too?
Yeah, it's kind of inspired me to try to maybe do it next year. But yeah, it's kind of like, I wonder if I could do it, and seeing other people, and I hear the over 40s are able to do it. I'm over 40 myself, so it's like, if they could do it, why can't I?
Absolutely. It's something that I never thought I'd be able to do. I'm not like a big, strong guy, but it just might take you a little bit longer, but you can totally do it. That being said, the assault bike is horrible. it's real bad. Everything else is doable, but the assault bike sucks.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Awesome. And you were DJing all day. What's some of your favorite music?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm all around the place when it comes to different music. I instinctively want to say island music, so like Jamaican music, Haitian music, Dominican music. I like the Caribbean music more. In a setting like this, I get to play around in a lot of different genres. So American rock, hip hop, R&B, old school, new school, and I get to throw in a little bit of flavor in there too. So that's always fun.
Yeah, I love that. I heard you mixing some good combos and stuff there. Have you ever heard of Girl Talk?
No. Is that a podcast?
No, it's a group, or he just edits it, but it's like an amazing mashup of like Toto's Africa mixed with this, mixed with that, mixed with this, and I'm talking like rap, rock, like old school, like all sorts of stuff.
Girl Talk.
Okay. They have an album called All Night and All Day, Night Ripper, stuff like that. Girl Talk. It's really good. And I was listening to like one of the transitions you did, and it made me think of Girl Talk. And I'm like, I think you would like that. It's really cool how it's like, no, wait, it's this paired with this, like things that you wouldn't expect. Okay. But so where can people go to hire you for their events too?
Yeah, so my website is www.justrightri, so right like direction, RI for Rhode Island.com. You can shoot me an email there. You can go to my Instagram page, which is justrightri. You can see what I'm doing, what I'm up to. I travel all around Rhode Island, Mass, and Connecticut, and I'd love to be at your next event.
Great seeing you. Thanks again for all the support, and hope you had fun too.
I'm happy to see you too. Yeah.
Let's enjoy the after party now.
Indeed.
Welcome back.
Thank you to everyone that took the time to talk to us both on and off the mic, and even the people who didn't talk to us, because you came and supported the event, and I greatly appreciated that. Giveaway? Did we ever hear back from that guy, Katelyn?
No, we did not.
Let me pull up the information and give him one more shout out, and then we'll reach out to him on Instagram. It's a Word file, right? Giveaway names. I believe you're number 21.
Yeah, because it was your unlucky number.
That is correct.
You know it's unlucky now?
Our backyard.
Yeah. So I'm getting some jokes in now.
Yeah. For the love of God, that took forever to open up. Maybe I do need a new computer. But Trevor Mack, waiting on you, buddy. Look like your tag is M Brace Fitness. If someone knows Mac, reach out to him. Trevor Mack, sorry. Embrace kind of threw me off a little bit. Oh, Embrace Fitness. That's actually a pretty clever name.
Oh, that is clever.
Related episodes.
Episode 164.
Sorry. First annual New England OCR Expo preview with Steve Bacon Martin.
165.
The New England OCR Expo and Party.
320.
The return of the New England OCR Expo with Steve Bacon Martin. Oh, that's 100 episodes ago. Exactly.
323.
The second New England OCR Expo with vendors.
381.
New England OCR Expo Part 1, Vendors.
382.
New England OCR Expo Part 2, Athletes, Speeches, and Staff.
431.
The Return of Fit Challenge with Athletes and Rob McCoy, and I put that in there because that was the same day that we covered this as well.
432.
Was last episode, New England OCR Expo 2025, Part 1, Vendors. It's about time I start putting dates in these because it's kind of confusing to be like, yeah, so, 165 was in 2020. It's just, it'd be easier that way.
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are Obstacle Running Adventures on all the podcast players. Leave us a review if you like what you heard or if you think we're funny.
Lots of people enjoyed the going back and forth with the Dubai W.
Oh, did they?
Yes, yeah.
That was so hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on social media. We are, again, Obstacle Running Adventures on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to support us financially, get a behind-the-scenes look at the chaos that is us in the show.
And maybe we can get a longer hose with it.
Longer what?
Hose?
Oh. Yeah. Join on the website and not on the app, patreon.com. Coming up next, I don't know, but I'm going to be taking on my first Spartan Ultra.
Woo!
Terrified. If you see me, please say hi, cheer me on, and tell me that you listen to the show, even if it's a lie. Although if you're hearing this, then I guess it isn't a lie. Looking forward to seeing some of you badasses out there. It's about time that I take on this challenge, and I'm feeling as ready as I'm going to be. I put in a lot of hill training, and we'll see. Katelyn, got a joke or a quote to...
My quote is from Joshua Reed.
Oh.
He said, he's talking about bike riding, but I'm just going to use the part that I liked, which I know is taking the quote out of context, but that's okay. He said, I think of these people, Joe Stockinger.
Off to a great start.
Joe Stockinger deadlifts 405 pounds at 90 years old. Lee Sheffield climbs 5.13 at age 71. Ludwig Pommet sets a course record at the Hard Rock 100 just days away from his 49th birthday. Max King is winning short and long races at the age of 45. Ed Whitlock ran a 42:39 10K when he was 80. Gunhild Swanson finishes the Western State 100 before the time cutoff when she was 70 years old. Laird Hamilton continues to surf big waves at the age of 61. And Jasmine Paris becomes the first female finisher of the hellacious Berkeley Marathon at age 40. Whether we're looking to win or to compete, the journey is similar. Primarily, just don't stop. And then he says, best days ahead.
Nice. And then a joke.
Have we not been telling jokes this whole time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Why is the calendar always invited to parties?
He's always on time.
He's always dateable.
Oh, there it is. I got another joke too. You're going to be in charge of next week's episode. Oh, yeah, I know. We have a bunch of ideas, so only half kidding. But that just about wraps it up. My name is Miguel Stefano.
And my name's Caitlin Rutter.
We're about to check our backyard, and we'll talk to you.
It better not be on fire.
Next week. Bye.
Thank you for listening.
We hope you're feeling motivated, inspired, and ready to take on your next race or training run.
If you've enjoyed this week's episode, leave us a review
And share it with your fellow adventurous friends.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Obstacle Running Adventures.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Join us every week for more news, stories, and interviews from the community.
Our intro song was Streaker by Straight Up.
And our outro music is Iron Paw by The Best.
Mic test again. We're back again. Gonna plug it in. Sir?
Hey. There it is.
Here comes the boom, baby. I just finished all the vendor interviews.
Nice.
That's how long I've been talking.
Go get him, cowboy. So they just timed this container.
I know, yeah. Oops, still recording.
He's not here, right?
No, not this yet, no.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. Nice. All right, man. Name it where you're from. Elite athlete's perspective on.
Thanks. I just need like a little sip.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, you know me, I'm horrible with this.
You're fine.
Sullivan, put together, son.
All right, I can edit up the background from here. All right, make me look skinny, okay?
I'm good at what I do.
That was the best conversation I just had.
Okay, is there anything you can say on the mic?
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just made a good connection with Spartan.
Beautiful.
And Dan from Tough Mudder and Spartan for that matter. So.
And in Dan we trust when it comes to Spartans.
And he's going to hook me up big time for my race.
Beautiful. That's what this should be all about. So glad to hear
So
it.
I think I can talk about that.
Yeah, good. So we'll just start off with your name and where you're from.